So in this video, you're going to learn structural elements in HTML. So how to provide structure to our web page by using the structural elements. Okay, so you can see each web page will have some, you can see that header, navigation, div, like a footer. So like just let's take basic structure. Header will be there, and navigation will be there, and then footer will be there. You can take any web page and explore. You can see this basic structure. So this is some sample web page. So you can see this is heading, and this is the navigation where you will get the link, and this is the main body, the main content, and then this is the footer element. Okay, so let's take some real-time website. Let's take my website, where you can see this is the header tag, the first one, and this is the navigation tag, and this is the body, the main tag, and then this is the footer tag. Okay, so let's take our keen.edu website, where you can see this is this traditional content. You will see many pages that you use, but in modern content is like it doesn't need to be the header doesn't need to be the first content. In our website, Keene State College website, we have this navigation as a first element, and then some banner tag as a header tag, and then here you can see the footer tag, and this is the body tag. So you can see the same structure in almost in all websites. They will follow this basic structure: header, footer, body, and navigation. Okay, so we are going to see how to use this special structural element to provide structure to our web page. Okay, so the header element will provide a header kind of structure to the, whenever you specify some content here between this header tag, so that will get displayed as a header, and all the content between this nav tag, opening nav tag and closing nav tag, so will get displayed as a navigation, and the main content and footer. So instead of just showing it as a content, I'll just show you the code. View page source. So you can see the coding for this content. So you can just explore it. Trillium Media Design. Okay, so you can see this Trillium Media Design. This is the heading, right? So you can see where you can see this here, the heading tag. So you have wrapped up as a header with this opening header tag and closing header tag, which is displayed as a header. Okay, so similarly this one as a navigation bar. So you have wrapped up this content, this home services contact, in the nav tag, opening nav tag and closing nav tag, and this one as a main content. So from here to here it is main content. You can see how you have wrapped up all this content as a main tag here, and this copyright symbol is as a footer tag. Okay, so you can see that we have covered this content, wrapped up this content with this footer tag. Okay, so this is the basic structuring element that you're going to use in all your web page creation. Okay, so all web pages should follow this basic structure. So these are called structuring elements. So the real-time website will have huge content in the structuring element. For example, you can see here in my web page. So you can see the header here, the header tag, and the navigation tag. So since I have a lot of navigation list, you can see where I have started this navigation, and you can see where I have ended this navigation, all this content, and all the main element, main body will be wrapped up with this main tag. You can see that main tag starts here and then it ends here. And this copyright information, this information is with the footer tag, opening footer tag and closing footer tag. You can click on to any page to refer your coding. For example, I'm in keen.edu, so I'm just clicking inspect, where I can see the coding for this. Okay, so for example, here this is our navigation bar, right? So you can see this image. So when you hover over this, that will just display the content of that. Okay, So, and then this is the main content. You can see all those things that is covered here is the main content. And in our website, the navigation is the first tag, right? So you can see where is our navigation. So you can explore each web page. Whenever you visit a web page, you can always right click it and just click inspect. You will be able to see the coding for that, where you can see all the, soon you will be familiar with all these tags. Okay, so let's move on. So you can see, just remember, all the web pages will follow this basic structure. So for that, we'll be using the structuring element: header tag, nav tag, and then main tag for the main content, and footer tag for the footer. Okay, so these are some basic structural element that we'll be using. So the next thing that we are going to see is advanced structuring element. Okay, so what are the advanced structuring element? So the section element, article, aside, time element. So let's see one by one. So the section element will indicate a portion or a section of a document. Okay, so you can say like if you look at this example, where you can see this is a particular, let me open up this page. So W3 School website, if you open this, let's open our Try-It portal, where you can see this WWF is a separate section, and the history is the separate section, and the symbol is the separate section. Okay, so we are giving some semantic representation. Okay, so whenever you look at this, then you can just see that these are different sections, so you can just wrap up with a different section. Okay, so this is some semantic representation that it is easy to handle when you actually design your website, like by using the CSS. When you design the content, then it will be really useful. Okay, so section is the semantic content that will help you to structure your different sections of your web page. For example, let's take a college website, so where you can see you can wrap up this as a different sections. So this section is not like it's not related to one another element, right? So this could be represented as a separate section, like that. Okay, so you can use structure as a section as a semantic element. So next element that we are going to see is called article element. Okay, so it is an independent entry. For example, a blog posting, like a web page. If there is any blog posting or question and answer section that is related to the content, then you can use article element. So let's click on this link where you can see what is article element. So you can see it is self-contained content which is independent. Okay, so you can see you can even represent it as a section or an article. It's totally up to you. Both has same display but different semantic meaning. Okay, so for representing the blog posting or a question and answer section or any kind of different content which is totally independent to the content can be represented as an article element. Okay, so that is one type. And another element that we are going to see, another semantic representation, is aside element. This is a tangential content, that is related content, which is not actually directly related to the content, but kind of tangential content. Okay, so you can see, so we have this aside tag for the tangential content. Okay, so you can see they are speaking about something called Epcot in the content. If you want to give a reference for that particular content, then you can just represent it as a separate content. Okay, so which is not directly related. So you can see as an aside element, they have separately displayed this as a aside content, tangential content. So that is about aside element. And the fourth element that we are going to see is time element. Okay, So to represent the date and time in a machine readable format. Okay, for static website you will not know the use of this time element, but actually browser it's a machine readable. When you use this time element, then it will become machine readable. A browser can understand that timing and the time that you have specified. Okay, when you use the time tag with this attribute, then browser will understand. It's a machine readable time format. Okay, so you can see, so we have used the time tag with the date and time attribute to specify this, okay, the content, and it is machine readable. The browser can understand the time specified in this attribute. So the content that I have explained here with this more advanced structural element, it may be confusing to you right now. So as of now, we are just going to focus on this basic structural element. But this one, just for your understanding, in case in future, you may use this advanced structural element other than this basic elements, okay, to provide a structure, semantic structure for your web page. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to see is linking.